are warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bank, there's no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadbrewer.com. With your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Insane. Watch this movie again. V for Vendetta. V for Vendetta. Watch the movie. We are living that movie. Watch the movie. Remember what happens in the end. Getting a lot of people saying, oh, Bix, I'm so scared about the future. Don't be scared. Fear is an inhibitor from you experiencing life. You came here for a reason, and that was to experience this. What is going on in your life today is something that you threw out as a challenge to yourself when you came down here to planet Earth to live this incarnation. That's it. So don't be afraid of it. Figure out, well, why did I choose this moment in time? You're an eternal being living a very short physical experience on planet Earth. You're going to go back to being an eternal being. You're going to look back at your life and say, what did I learn? Was it cool? Did I have a good time? Did I overcome my challenges? What was it that you were trying to learn to help evolve your spiritual growth? Ultimately, that's what it is. Fear is the worst thing. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. What a perfect statement. Fear is an inhibitor of you experiencing all the things that you came down here to experience. That's the blocker. So don't be afraid of the future. You might die without fear. A lot of people think of that. You might die without fear. Let me give you a hint. You're going to die anyway. Wouldn't you rather die living a full experience on the planet? Having a full, just immersed in the whole experience of everything we have right now? The good, the bad, and the ugly? I pretty much guarantee you, when you're looking back at your life after your life is over, saying, okay, how'd it go? What'd I learn? What did I change? Who did I help? And why was it important? It's the fear that's going to be the worst thing. You're going to say, God, I wish I wasn't so afraid to speak out for my freedom. I wish I wasn't so afraid to change my jobs. I wish I wasn't so afraid to change my relationships. These are part of the obstacles that you put in front of yourself to overcome. So keep that in mind. All right, I want to talk about silver today. Michelle Whitedove. I love Michelle Whitedove. She has put a report out on silver. Now you got to go to her Patreon channel and sign up for Patreon. And I'll tell you right now, her Patreon is absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it. Let me see if I can get. There we go. Patreon channel, Michelle Whitedove. Unbelievable. She put out a precious metals report because I asked her to. Because she does so much in cryptos. And I know I think she's a third in silver, a third in cryptos, and a third in cash, physical cash. And no, she's not an investment advisor. And she's just a probably the number one best psychic in the world right now. But again, the life we lead, nothing is set in stone. Everybody's like, oh, how come all these psychics are right sometimes and wrong sometimes? This is being created by you and your choices. Humanity creates the world that we live in, both collectively and individually. So what would be the fun of the game if everything was already set in stone? That just makes no sense. But it does make sense that you have a map, a road, and you have road guides and signposts along the way. And you can choose one way or the other, and that will change the outcome of your life. Same with humanity as a whole. Same with everything in the universe. Even the ETs choose their life and where they're going to steer it. All of it. It's like a great video game. That you're the controller. You get to pick and choose the roads that you go down. Anyway, Michelle Whitedove has put out a silver report, and she actually talks about prices and timing. Now, for a long time, she says, no, it's going to be farther out. It's going to be farther out. Let me give you a hint. She's not saying that right now. So check it out. Go to Patreon and go to Michelle Whitedove. That's what her page looks like. There's her little picture there on the right side. And go join her Patreon channel and you get access to the reports and crypto reports as well. All you crypto people. And she's amazing on cryptos as well. She has steered us to and fro through dynamic changes. Theta. Oh my God. Thank God for Michelle when it comes to Theta. The more research I do on Theta, it will be the number one cryptocurrency in the world in not very long time. All you Road to Ruta people who got in when I was screaming about it at 10 cents, 5 cents, 20 cents, guess what? I'm still screaming about it. People are saying, oh my God, I can't wait till this stuff happens. Then we'll be rich. And then I can, Theta will have arrived. I'm like, no. We got 30 years of Theta being part of the internet. It took 30 years for the internet, the World Wide Web, to get to where it is today. And it started slow and it grew in the 1990s. We're in 1991 right now, where the World Wide Web was started in 1990 and then it has grown to what it is today. With Theta, we're in 1991. This is like the second year. This is the second year of the creation of the new internet. And this internet is going to be inclusive of everybody on the planet. I did a special report on that. It is being handed down and protected from the very top echelons of those who control us. Dick Allgire's people even want. It's not Dick's people. I'm going to stop giving Dick a hard time. He's right. These people have controlled our lives for a hell of a long time. And he doesn't think humanity can break free and go out on their own. And I do. So I guess we'll see with the Trump election. But then again, they'll probably still be around. Whoops, sorry about that. Had a computer malfunction. Thing just went off, turned off. Anyway, let's continue. Michelle Whitedove is the bomb. And this is the first time I think she went in depth into silver. And of course, Road to Ruta has been requesting it for a while. So go check it out. Join her Patreon channel. Go to Patreon. Join her channel. It's a really good channel. Gives you access to some of her reports, most of her reports. And you get kind of inside scoop on as things change, especially in crypto. She does a lot of crypto stuff. But now she's doing some silver stuff. I thank you, Michelle and the team. You guys are awesome. And the guidance that she has for silver investors, you're gonna want to join her Patreon channel. Let me just say that. So Patreon, Michelle Whitedove, join there. And what is silver doing right now? Let's take a look. Unable to connect. Man, all kinds of issues here. Okay, I know what it is. Here we go. There we go. All right, so we're looking at interesting day on Friday. Gold price actually went down when silver goes up. That's usually not allowed. It's not free trading. It's just not allowed on the computer programs. So this December's capping off a year of change for silver. I've been in the silver game since 1999. Over 21 years of riding this bucking bronco. And we have almost tamed this wild bucking stallion. We're getting there. And people who say, oh, nothing changes, Bix, you say the same thing over and over again. Had we not, everybody who's been on this fighting against silver manipulation, had we not spoken up, we would not be here right now. So anybody who says, what a waste of time, 20 years of fighting this thing, please sell your silver and go somewhere else. You don't understand it. You don't belong there. The silver battle is an ultimate battle for the freedom of our economic system. And if you don't understand that, please sell all your silver and go away. I hate to be harsh at this point, but we're at the end game. And if you don't understand what, at least for me, 20 years of work has done to get us to the point where we're almost free of silver manipulation, then you don't understand anything. And go to roadtoruta.com and do a search for silver manipulation. I double dare you. As a matter of fact, I'll show you how to do it right here. Go to roadtoruta.com. Do a search. Silver manipulation. And look at how many articles I have. And this website has only been up since 2010. Mind you. 1,137 articles on silver manipulation. Everything you want to know is on the Road to Ruta in the documents. I had planned to use it as an archive for the court cases that we're going to bring against the manipulators and all that. That's before I understood that the regulators and the judges are on the side of the manipulators. Anyway, the silver price is, the year has been completely different from any other year in the past 150 years. That's how long silver price, actually it's 170. I keep saying 150 because the Opium Wars started in China in the 1850s. When I started this campaign, this quest to end silver manipulation, it was in about the year 2000. So I was always saying 150 years. It's been 20 years since. So it's 170 years of price manipulation. That's why the price of silver is going to 500, 600, 700, 800 bucks at first stop. That's the first stop. When the manipulation breaks, that's where silver will go. And then from then on, it will freely trade. And I expect like gold to go up substantially. So in a gold-silver ratio, should be around 4-to-1. It might go to 1-to-1 at some point. I know it sounds crazy for people because they're stuck in this understanding that silver should be below $50 because it has been for the majority of their investing career. That is not the fair market value of silver. It's been suppressed for over 170 years. This manipulation will not end well for the criminals. And it will also shine a huge spotlight on the regulators, the administration, the Treasury, the Federal Reserve. That's why they control it, but that control is ending. If you don't believe it's ending, just look what happened this year. Most deliveries by far in history. It's going to be about 500 million ounces delivered on the COMEX. The history of the COMEX going back to 71, 72. The most deliveries by far, by magnitudes bigger. And number two, the first time, this is the first year in the history of the COMEX where these criminal naked short positions held by the top 8 traders have lost money. They always make money. Now they're losing billions of dollars. So yes, this is the end game, and soon we will see, hopefully, freely traded markets. We'll find out soon enough, though. But yeah, if you don't understand it, don't worry about it. Just go invest in something else. That's my advice to you. All right. Theta is starting to move again up at 73 cents. I don't even know what to tell you. The more research I do, Theta is the future of the internet. The internet has a huge problem in its broadband capacity. The internet cannot sustain a high-tech future, cannot sustain the Internet of Things. It is running out of room right now. They're already starting to limit the amount of broadband you can use because there's two things going on. One, they have to expand everything, and in a centralized system, that means trillions of dollars of expansion around the globe. Theta came up with a way to do it so that everybody shares their bandwidth, their broadband, extra space on their computer. Everybody has it. Amazing invention, amazing protocol. It's patented. Every country in the world, I believe, will come on board and support it. It will be in every country of the world providing free internet to humanity so that everybody has an equal shot at everything. That's how big this is. It will be the number one cryptocurrency by market cap. Right now, it's like it went from 42 just recently into the 30s. It will go to number 1. It will eclipse Bitcoin. That is the Bix Weir projection. In the next 5 years, Theta will eclipse Bitcoin as far as market cap. And Bitcoin's market cap is going to go to the moon. So let's just say that Theta is not going to the moon. Theta is going to Pluto. Not a rocket shot to the moon, a rocket shot to Pluto. We're talking hundreds of times the current price. That's why I'm so adamant that Road to Ruta members learn how to get some Theta, learn how to store it, and learn how to stake it and get a Guardian node going so you can earn Theta Fuel. Theta Fuel is going to run. Theta Fuel will be more volatile at the beginning. But in the long run, if you're ready to hang on to a wild bucking bronco, I would buy Theta Fuel right now. just because I think the relationship will narrow to probably about 20-1, and right now it's 50-1 or 60-1. But that's a long term. Short term, I think Theta will do better. And so we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? But that's just from my research. From Michelle, Whitedove has told everybody. It was Michelle that got a lot of the Road to Ruta and a lot of Snippy guys into Theta. We would have found it sooner or later, but it was so much better off to find it early, and we can go through. I remember Cliff saying, "No, it'll never work," and then me and Joe were just begging him. Joe especially was begging Cliff, "Come on, take a second look, take a second look." And he did, and he's like, I get it. I get what they're doing. Yeah, that's a good one. And of course, Michelle's predictions into the thousands. Recently, she narrowed that, and if you go to her Patreon, you can find out, how many thousands are we talking. And right now, it's at 73 cents. This is a life changer for people. If you can handle volatility, yes, they could click a mouse. It could go back to 10 cents briefly. You need to just get it in your own possession. Set up your Guardian node. You can use the G pool, so you don't have to do any of the running of the Guardian node. G pool will do it for you. You earn the same amount if you did it yourself. Same amount of T fuel if you did it yourself, or if you had them do it. If you don't know how to use computers, I have a Theta page at roadtoroota.com. I walk you through how to buy it. Yes, even if you're in the United States, how to store it. I recommend the Trezor wallet. I think it's a hardware wallet. I think it's the safest of all the options, unless you really are proficient with computers, and then you wouldn't even be watching my page anyway. And then how to stake it, which is very easy, and you'll be earning Theta fuel for the future. Everybody in the world is going to be dealing with Theta fuel if they have a computer, and that's the key. Is that the world is we're moving into a digital age, and a lot of this information I went over on the Road to Ruta. The first video here on the Theta page is an analysis of valuation. Oh, by the way, my prediction for December has already hit for Theta fuel, but not for Theta yet. So it's a good one. It's about 45 minutes, but I walk you through why. Why Theta? Why do we need broadband expansion? What is it? Why do we need equality? And I know this is a buzzword for the liberals, but it's true. Everybody should have the same shot. In a good capitalist society, everybody has the same opportunity. And we do not have that right now. Especially as we move into a digital age where everything is being done via the internet. Everything. From where you work, where you get your food, how you get your health care, how you interact with people, how you're entertained. Everything, and there's just not enough bandwidth. I hope everybody understands that. I have a full analysis there. It's a 48 minute video, and then it walks you through how to buy it, how to store it, how to stake it. That's all I got for you right now. I'll be checking in. I'm on kind of a spiritual retreat right now. Going to get back in touch with the Silver Army and see where we stand in silver. So there'll be good silver discussions coming up, and yeah, just keep on keeping on. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience here on Earth as the craziness comes down in December and January. Keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind, because as dark as it looks, remember, you chose to live this. You chose to be here at this certain time. And as dark as it looks, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. At the end of the Road to Ruta, there's a big shining light, and it's a wonderful place to be. Keep your eye on the prize. This is Bix. I'll talk to you later.